Field sobriety tests are common sense evaluations that people perform less well on if they've been consuming alcohol. They're used by an officer to educate his or her opinion of whether you're a less safe driver and help him make his decision whether or not to arrest you. That's great, except that these officers are trained that these tests are scientifically validated, but they're not. It's not that the officer's lying to the jurors or the judges or the prosecutors. It's that the agency that supposedly validated these scientifically, they didn't truly validate them using the scientific method. All this agency that validated these tests did is they took a bunch of extreme drunk people, 0.15 blood alcohol levels to 0.30 blood alcohol levels, and they took officers who looked at these very drunk, extremely drunk people and said, "Officer, can you accurately determine whether somebody's above a 0.08 when they're 0.30? Well, the officers were right every single time. Well, and that's how they validated the tests. I say it's like going to a NASCAR race and putting somebody in the stands and saying, let's see if you can determine whether somebody's driving more than 50 miles an hour. You're sitting in the stand and the car whizzes by at 200 miles an hour. Well, you're going to be right every time because they're speeding at extreme levels. Well, that's how these field sobriety tests were validated. So it's important to have a good lawyer that's familiar with these bogus scientific studies so that we can uncover that in front of the jury and peel back the layers of what this officer has been trained in terms of validation. Because all they are common sense evaluations that people do less well on after consuming alcohol, nothing more.